That's because Amrad wasn't back up yet. He's now just got back up. Or there's a fan on the pitch.
Oh, fuck. What's he doing?
Tackles. It's a spear. A spear. It speared him. Oh, it's the damnedest spear I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God.
Wrestle 3 to 6-5. Take over.
You bastard.
Oh, wow.
Does he have no conscience? Does he have no heart? Do you have no soul? You son of a bitch.
Oh my God. Literally again.
You son of a bitch.
He speared him. Oh, wow.
Gore.
Yeah. Oh, a spear. Oh, good grief.
That's our ball, by the way, ref. We had it. We had that. That's our ball. The rest gonna be a prick though. He's gonna just drop it and just blow the whistle.
That's a foul.
Ah, you prick, ref.
Why are you playing all the time, ref? Because genuinely, we're not going to score. We're not going to score. Like we're not. Why is the fan coming onto the pitch? You're there, literally. We were never going to score. I'm not sure what the point was.
I'll piss off Chelsea. Look like he's fucking won the league. Get out of here. Fucking. Let's get ready for your Conference League final, pricks. Yeah, game done. Thank God. Caicedo was good. Fair play to him. They didn't have to be great, Chelsea. They just needed one bit of quality, which was...
No, like you said, they just had to, at some point, up the level a little bit, didn't they?
Yeah, they didn't even up it for a period. They just had one move and scored from it.
So, cross, you know.
And then time wasted the rest of the game to make sure that... Actually, Madueke should have scored, to be fair. Should have been two.
They should have. But United did what United did, which is, opening 20 minutes. We were all right. First half, we were like, oh, okay. And Maguire had the ball in the back of the net, fine. But apart from that, we tail off as the game goes on. And the problem is, you can't take anything from this game for the game next week because we've played rubbish. We've played worse this season and then gone on to win games in the Europa League. So what we said we're going to do. What we said we were going to do is not do the outrage, not do I can't believe this, criminals, whatever. I can believe this. We're rubbish. But it's got no effect on next week, as we've seen.
Nothing.
Zero effect. Zero effect.
No effect.
Players had a run out. You know what I mean? And maybe it says a lot about how often we've lost this season that I'm just kind of numb to it, Previously, I would have been pissed off. Now I'm just like, who gives a fuck?
There's not, honestly, this game, we said it. We generally, I know all of these games we have said, no, we're not going to care. But you look at the Brentford one, when we was 4-1 down or 4-0, whatever it was. I was like, nah, man, not like this. This can be 5-1. You start caring a little bit. But, I thought we'd lose this 3-0. I had a 3-0 prediction to Chelsea. Thought Cole Palmer would run riot. They were shit for 70 minutes and had one bit of quality. And then that's it. After that, what are we going to do? Fight our way back into it? No, it's about Wednesday. We know it's about Wednesday. There's a lot of traveling to do to get there. I'm certainly not getting my blood pressure up before the long trip that I have to make to get to get to that game. You know what I mean? The amount of traveling, the amount of driving, the amount of miles, the amount of places we got to go to just to get to this game, to watch the boys hopefully win this cup. I'll be an idiot to start getting angry at this shit. We're 16th.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Flex. TM, never afraid of a bit of criticism, says I'm sick of United and I'm sick of United View with the middle finger.
No problem.
TM's a member, so I'm not sure.
Well, if that's how you feel, TM, obviously you're just angry right now.
Fair enough.
We're here to comfort you, bro. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Yeah. See you in the morning. I'll be doing a Flex's View after this. Actually, no, I'm doing Flex's View tomorrow morning, so check that out. You know what I mean? What did we learn today?
Nothing.
We're embarrassing. Oh, this team's so shit.
Yeah.
Oh, the criminals, or the this, or the that. If anything, out of all the criminality that's been on display, that one wasn't even one of the worst. So I'll take it.
I'd have been shocked if we did get something from the game. That's why at the end, they're doing the whole time wasting and referee had a bit more time. I'm going, blow the whistle. We're not scoring. Yeah. We know we're not scoring. The moment Maguire's goal got chalked off, you went, well, that was the one chance we might have scored today, but that's not happening then, so we're not going to score. It's all right.
Yeah.
Literally, like people are saying in the chat.
What do you say fuck me for?
Because, someone said it earlier on, that's the problem. That's why United have fallen so far this season, because fans have accepted the mediocrity. It's not the fans' fault. Fans, you know what I mean? Literally.
What are we supposed to do? With one game left, are we trying to try and save the Premier League season now? What do you want?
We're not going to.
What do you want?
And like you said, I have learned this season, right? And I'm definitely one of these people that, I'm trying to look in logic, and we'll try and that before the Bilbao game when I had the big argument with KG, but why? How are the players they're going to win this game? We know these. This is the point, that we should no longer look for the logical in the illogical. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. Next week on Wednesday, I still believe genuinely we're going to win that game, and we're going to be in the Champions League next season. Yeah, I genuinely believe that. And you know what? Yeah, it won't make any sense. We are at the moment on form, along with Spurs, the worst team in the league. Even the relegated teams have better form than us. Even the relegated team have better form than us. Yeah, and we'll end up in the Champions League, I think, next season. So there is no logic in this. It's totally illogical. That is us. That is us this season. Totally illogical.
These are just clowning around, mate. These are just clowning around, Chelsea. Sancho just enjoying, just chilling.
And for us, and genuinely, for as much as like people are like, see this, and we're going to beat Spurs next week. Spurs are just as shit as us.
That's what I'm saying. You can't. That's the only good thing that's happened. Say good thing. It's not like Spurs are building up all this momentum, and it's like, hey, we're playing a really informed team, and they'll be nervous. They'll be worried about this game. Not worried, but they'll want it bad, and it'll be. Listen, it's going to be a tough game. It is.
We're playing Chelsea next week in the Europa League final. I'll be like, well, I'm not. That's good. I'm playing Spurs who are just as bad. It's it's. I've never known a mud off like it.
Oh, it's the worst. It's the lowest of the lowest mud off there's ever been. Isn't it? It is. It is like it's literally the biggest one.
It's the biggest stage like El Crapico has ever graced.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
El Crapico. Like if this was the Conference League final or something, you go,
you'd be like, all right, get it. But like you would never get this in the Champions League final. But in the Europa League final, to play in the Champions League next season, two of the worst out of form teams in the Premier League right now. Two worst teams are going to be in the Premier League next season. One of them is going to be the Champions League. Like that's why tonight's got nothing to do with it.
It doesn't. Someone just said that. But at the same time, in the context of 90 minutes, if we're going to talk about it, listen, we said what we needed to say about Rasmus Højlund in that game.
Yeah, God.
I mean, you talk about trying to get yourself sharp and fit and to get yourself something going into it. Absolutely awful. Absolutely woeful from Rasmus. And more to the point, if he does any of that against Spurs, which again, let's be honest, we're not expecting him to break that streak, is it? Or just all of a sudden have a stormer. I hope he does, but any form of that, like Van der Ven, I mean, look, that was against Adebayo, etc. Colwell. Van der Ven and Romero will eat that up for breakfast. And Romero's shit. Like, he's a proper bozo. If you rough him up, if you do the right things, you can get at him, get a mistake out of him. But Rasmus playing like that, I just got no faith that he's going to be able to occupy them two. Van der Ven will eat the grass up as well. So that does worry me. That does worry me because their two centre-backs that's what we're going to see. And I don't know. That could really hurt us against Spurs because in transitions, you can't do that.
Like you said, but this is why it's like when you go like, we haven't learned anything tonight that we didn't already know. Like, so next week, if Rasmus were to score in that or have a good game at this stage, it would be surprising. You'd be like, I'm surprised. You know what I was saying about Garnacho when he's through on goal? If he scores, I'll tell you what, I didn't expect him to do that. That's what it'll be like with Rasmus now. When the ball comes to him, and he's always got his back to go, when the ball comes to him, if he holds up the ball and lays it off, I'm shocked. Like, I'm genuinely I didn't think he would do that. And it's getting to the point where it's making like average strikers look good. So when you see in the same game, you'll see a Premier League striker do that, get the ball, hold it up, lay it off, and you go, oh, that was good. And you go, actually, no, that's not good. That's normal. That's basic. That's Sunday League. Again, that's the fat guy up front. Takes it, take a touch, lay it off to the winger. I mean, that's football basics, and he can't do it. what, and then maybe that, and look, that is one of those ones where you say to Ruben, look, sympathise, if that's the only striker you got, bloody hell.
Yeah, because what could he? Because really, it would probably, because like Philip says there, play a false nine. Should we play a false nine for the final? The problem you've got with playing a false nine for the finals is something that you haven't worked on. You haven't really been playing that, so your balance of the team could be off. Just of being a player who can run that way. But at the flip side of it is that he's been so bad. It's like playing without a striker anyway. Yeah, so is it better to have someone you can bounce it off?
Mad, isn't it? The fact that
if we were going to do it, we saw the Cobby in the false nine. We all went, it's just not. Bruno, you're wasting him because you need to.
Yeah.
You know, what are we saying? Are you trying to get who you put in there?
It is. It's like the worst thing is like, and it's a bit of a joke. Put Maguire up there, but genuinely, he is better. he's more of a threat. He's more of a threat because if he holds up the ball, the defender's less likely to get off him than they would with Rasmus.
And then just
he's more likely to win a header.
Is a problem.
Like it's crazy. Like it's insanity. Jermaine Carter says, write this down. If you see Rasmus in the Europa League final, you are in hell. Dwayne says, I could have won that game if Bruno was still on. Not gonna lie. Abraham says, don't see us winning anything. Shocker after shocker. 7-inch destroyer, what a name that is, says Amorim out, Portuguese fraudster. Michael says Chelsea so unlikable, like that Argentina World Cup team. Anthony, please embarrass them in the conference final. Biggie Third says whoever scouted Rasmus just checked for a pulse. Super Art says, why all this fake rage? We knew this hour was coming. Amanor says, is there a full view after this? We need pillow talk. I don't know. Radius says it's a draw if Maguire's head was smaller. Why is this if his arm was more, you know what I mean?
Too long.
And the worst thing is he did the big knee, so I stared in
the camera. And as soon as he did it, I thought, I think that could be offside.
Yeah. WJ Barrett says, I'm not mad. Away from home and only what is not bad. And that is indeed where we're at the moment.
That's where we've got to. That there.
Yeah.
Listen, it is what it is.
Dwayne says, hot take, but I want Wissa instead of Delap.
Which is good. Which is very good.
What is interesting, though, is Delap, and this would be when I say I worry for him, Jeff, is Delap that player that, because Rasmus gets the ball a lot back to goal, is Delap that kind of hold ball up, lay it off? How often does he do that?
Yeah, he's better than Rasmus, I'd say, from what I've seen. Listen, I haven't watched the switch every single
really
game, 90 minutes, but
is it? I see more as a bit, a bit smaller play on the shoulder.
But also I don't know if Amorim is actually. Once we start playing how we're meant to play, it's only so obvious because one, Rasmus can't do it, but two, the only way we can get him involved is like we're on the back foot and we just need a bit of respite and can't do it. When the team's playing all right, it is someone to be able to be powerful, run past people, stretch the defense. Do you know what I mean?
And it's also one of those ones where, and this is where it's like sands on the floor. I get it, but you go legitimately. If we're talking about play a false nine, put Maguire, blah blah blah, then we're saying anyone's better. We're saying anyone's better. That's what we're saying.
But essentially, the final, though, are we really saying that though? We're just
no. But I think we're saying that next season. If you get Delap in, and maybe this isn't people trying to say, well, you're kind of confusing my point here. People are saying that Delap, yes, it's an upgrade, but it's not as big of an upgrade. I understand that. But, for a £30 million upgrade, and we could maybe get another striker, you never know. I'd be like, well, okay. You get Mateus Cunha in there, which Romano literally said today. I don't know if you saw this. Romano was like, basically, Man United fans need to relax because it's happening. You know what I mean? It's just a case of
Cunha?
Yeah. He was like, I think I had it actually up here. Where did I have it? Oh, here. I'll move you out of it. He said, I will say to Manchester United fans, relax a bit on this one. Yes, there was a feeling 2 or 3 weeks ago that happened in a few weeks' time, but it always takes time to prepare contracts, speak to agents and Wolves about the terms. And then he said, what else did he say? It was quite lengthy. He said, they also need to find an agreement on payment terms. Manchester United are working on it. They have a very good relationship with Cunha. Now it's time to sort the details of the agreement. Manchester United remain very confident despite interest from other teams. And he also said, we expect Man United to advance on this one in the next days. From what I've heard, it's not about Champions League football or the Europa League final. It's about completing the contract agreement. So basically, he's like, look, they just need to agree the contract. That's literally it.
Yeah. So we'll get him. Yeah, we'll get him.
Yeah.
we'll get him. Which I don't really think that's felt like it's in doubt. But yeah, I mean, we're at new lows, and Amrim's right about it's getting. I mean, the players are accepting that it's okay to lose, and so are we, because how bad it is. Because we're helpless.
We know there's no impact. Because we know
there's no impact.
Like tonight, we watched the goal and we went, okay, we've lost now. There wasn't this like, this has a really detrimental effect on the next game or our season. It was like, well, it's got no bearing on our season. It does nothing.
Nothing.
We are going to finish 16th or 17th. We're going to have our worst season ever. It doesn't have any bearing on next week's final, because you've got, again, a final of two really bad teams.
Yeah, you just flip the switch and see who's better on the night. That's it. That's all that is. All this is, I know there's European heritage in that, but listen, if you deep down, I know we'll mess about and say Spurs, fucking, you better be scared of us because we do European trophies. You better be shit. They got no reason to fear us, like in this mode. They don't. This is two shit teams who have been shocking all season. That's 16th and 17th respectively. It's about who can get it right on the night, if I'm honest.
And the reasons Spurs would be scared, I mean, we would be scared of Spurs because of sort of more recent history. We've played them 3 times this season, we've lost every time, and we're not very good, blah, blah, blah. What Spurs have to fear when it comes to us is, like you said, is heritage, where it's like, yeah, but United, like in the Europa League and Europe when it matters, and that team has actually won finals, and we're Spurs and we don't win finals. Like, it's funny. We're more afraid of like the current, and they're more afraid of the past when it comes to, but Spurs, and their shit on top of that.
And their shit on top, yeah.
Some more super chats. Mr. Darkside says, the Lap is not that experienced striker, man. We need tried and proven, not one season tested. And Gregory says, Højlund is the worst player I've ever seen. Can't even describe that performance.
Look at that. In the end, they've had 11 and 3 on target. We got 5 and 1.
We had 1 shot on target, which was the Ahmad one, wasn't it? Where's your expected goals now? Look, expected goals 0.37, but our XG, Fleck. But our XG.
Oh, tacticos, mate.
Guess what? XG.
Have more possession.
Like the XG thing is just a load of hogwash, isn't it?
It's just 100%. It's just so shit. Set a record now. You know what I mean? 8 games without a win. Jesus. Won't get to 40 points. Won't get to 40 points. That's the slogan you say. Get to that, you'll be safe.
What the likelihood would be, right? So after that Aston Villa game, if we're saying we're going to lose that, we're saying that'll be 38 games and 39 points. Is what I would have got this season. My God.
I just don't really want to get these fucking Chelsea guys off my screen. Click that off. I just don't want to talk about like the league and where we are, because you try not to, but it is true. We do need to keep. There's no point going mad about it now, but you can't just keep saying
next season, like obviously after next week, after next week, the fallout of that, there will be a time that's upcoming very soon where we have to have some very difficult, and like I said the other day, it's when you're on holiday, I said some very uncomfortable conversations about just what are we expecting next season, what needs to happen over the summer, and also like where is the line going to be drawn. Now, maybe it's not to have it at the moment. Look, we still got the Europa League final, and obviously with the final,
gotta leave it for now.
That will change some things. But I think after that final,
well, actually, no. There are going to be some uncomfortable conversations. But actually,
regardless of what happens,
I was just about to say that it's not about that. You can set it from now.
But there will be. But like we kind of said, I think the threshold of patience will change depending on that. Not a lot, but it will change a little bit. I.e., like, if we don't win next week, then people are going to be judging literally pre-season results. It's going to be that tight.
But Owen, you know what? I think it's that bad. You know what?
If we win, it'll be pre-season will be all right. But the first game of the season, you have to win. Like it's going to be tight. Like I said, regardless, that threshold.
It's that bad in the league. I think it stays the same. I think
that much.
I think it's that bad that you just celebrate just that day we won a day out at Bilbao and we got in the Champions League. But I just think it immediately pivots to, right, what the fuck's going on here?
Those first 5 games of next season, you know that first 5 before you go on international break, was it 3?
Yeah.
I think it's 3, isn't it? It's
might be 3. Yeah.
3 before you go on international break, they are so critical. You know, like in the way that literally in that first international break after the Liverpool game and we lost to Brighton, we knew Eric was gone, but it just didn't happen for a little bit longer. It's just, it'll be the same next season where it's like that first 3 games is so critical, so critical. Like, and it'll be one of those ones, you know, when the fixtures come out, when the Premier League fixtures come out and we look who we've got, who's our first few games against? They'll be like, I tell you what, gotta make sure.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Yeah. There you go. It's true. Oh, it's true. Cut angle.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah. It's true. What are we, Flex? We. Yeah.
We suck.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. We did. Pause. So.
Pause. Yeah, I know you're going to say pause.
Yeah, there you go, because that's what you lot do. So. Right. A little bit more reaction coming up for me just after that. So check that out. Tomorrow morning, I'll also have a Flex's view. Probably, I'm not going to lie. I feel like I need.
Are you gonna have a bit of a not uncomfortable conversations, but kind of like this is where things are going, and we need to be prepared.
Because I was feeling it really. I was feeling it after West Ham for a bit more. I was like, you know what, but this one's less so, but it's still another loss, and it's more record, so it's like it's not going to be good. Yeah, I'm Flex's view tomorrow morning, I think.
Or do you do a bit of a rallying cry? Be like, look, we know this is coming, but you know, we have to. I know we want to talk about these things. I know we want to do that, but look, we've got a final coming up here, and maybe you've got to go full, you know, Don Robbie and be like, no, not now.
We're gonna do this.
I feel that might need to come on Monday or something.
We're gonna do this.
We will do this, But
can you do that on Monday? Can you do that on Monday?
Yeah.
Or are you saying the positivity starts from the week off? Get all
your
negativity out now.
I feel like I need to talk to the community. I just need to vent. Not vent like an angry thing, just like I need to sit and question myself and really talk about this thing.
Maybe you can do both.
Yeah. I'll be balanced.
Maybe you can be like, I get this out, but we'll revisit this after the final.
Yeah.
I'm getting this out now because I want to get it out, and then we'll come back to this.
Rant on ice.
Otherwise, it will sort of simmer. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like you said, you're just putting it on ice for now.
Yeah.
Going to be interesting. Flex's view. That.
Yeah, I did check it out tomorrow morning. Anyway.
That's going to be
tomorrow morning. I don't know what it's going to look like because I feel like I just need to put the camera on and talk. A little bit. I need to just see where I go because I need to get just speak. I need to do that. So that's what's going to happen tomorrow, and anything else in between as well. So there you go.
And
Super Arch says Ahmad is not a 10. He must play right wing back in the final. So yeah, we shall see.
We shall see.
Yes. Just win the Europa and evaluate. Yes, exactly. Right, guys, big up to each and every single one of you. Smash a like on the way out, man. You lot are always a great community here at United View. Little bit of a reaction coming from me from this game. This is probably the time to go in. It is about this game, to be fair, if I'm being honest. But there you go. And a Flex's view coming tomorrow about wider topics. And I'll see you then as well. Take care, guys. We are out of here. Peace.